The great human challenge in life is consistency, continuing to show up day in and day out, and you are doing that for day 15. Simple front forward fold. Let's go. Let's get as deep as we can today. Clearly, you know all about consistency because you keep showing up. But I think it's really important that we go over these things just so we know a little bit more. Examples of consistency. The Beatles. Beatles were considered this overnight sensation. Beatles were anything but an overnight sensation. Do you know they actually practiced for somewhere like 1,200 performances before they ever actually made it or hit it big? And some of those performances, they played for 8, 10 hours, 12 hours. They put in a ton of work into their craft and continued to be remarkably consistent, and that led to their success. Mozart's another great example. He had been composing and writing music for something like 10 years before he wrote something that anybody had heard. He had mastered his skill over nearly a decade of consistency, just showing up day in and day out as we continue to show up to create flexibility, discipline, and consistency in our simple forward fold. Let's breathe into this. And yeah, nice. For me, the sports world, Kobe Bryant was always a great example. He talked about he'd get up at 4 o'clock and do a workout because he knew that was his way to get ahead. In that early workout, he'd be able to do an extra workout than everybody else. And realizing that over time, over the years, that would compound and nobody would ever be able to catch up to him. He'd be so far ahead. And that was just this relentless consistency. It's not pretty. Nobody's going to see it for the most part. It really is why it's the great human challenge. It doesn't matter what it is. Every single thing in our lives that we want to be successful at, we need to show up day in and day out. Consistency is king. Here we are, being consistent with our simple forward fold. Those are 3 great examples. There are millions of other examples of people that have been successful. And there's a lot of other factors, there's no doubt. Luck plays a role, hard work. But the consistency to do the small things, just to show up day in, day out, is what made them and will make you successful at anything you put your mind to. We often can't control the outcome, but we can control our effort. And you can always be proud of effort. You might not win the gold medal, but if you've put all the effort in and been consistently showing up, no matter what the result is, you can be absolutely proud of yourself. Consistency is king. Keep that one in your mind. Whatever it is you're trying to do to improve. Change your diet consistently eating healthy food. Consistently saying, no sugar for me today. Thank you very much. I'm good. Not a lot of drama, not a lot of thinking. Nope. And that's the thing with consistency. It creates habits. You start to rewire the neural pathways in your brain and things become automatic. So you don't have to think about it. Nope, this is just what I do. I just have a nice evening 10-minute stretch. Just what I do. That's what I'm working on right now. And those small actions, they compound over time. Just little by little, day in and day out. Remember to breathe here. This simple stretch can transform us. Transform our flexibility, our discipline. The simplest of things. That's why I chose to do just one move, day in, day out. Lock it in. Until we decide it's time to move on to the next thing. I get this so ingrained that I have a 10-minute time in the evening where I take on a challenge and build that consistent effort of showing up day in and day out. It really is momentum over perfection. It's not going to be perfect. The action creates the motivation. We act, we think that there's going to be a perfect time to do anything. There'll never be a perfect time. The perfect time is just starting. Start by starting. If there's something else you want to do, you've been putting off, just start by starting. And you start to build the momentum day in and day out. And start with the littlest things. Start with the thing that you think will actually have no difference. And you'd be shocked. Lowering the bar, doing the littlest thing possible. When you start to get the consistency rolling, even when you're tired or busy, you're just like, nope, that's just something I do. And because you've rewired the brain, it's like, oh, autopilot. That's it. We're automating our habits by being consistent. Which helps us to remove so much of the mental fatigue. That's often the thing. There's so many things we want to do. Should I do yoga? Should I do Pilates? Should I go weight training? Should I run? What about a simple 10-minute evening stretch? Just to get me in the mode of being physically active, doing something for me, contributing to my physical, mental, spiritual health. I'm going to focus on that for now. Consistently showing up for that. So it is liberating when you start to remove the mental clutter. This is just what I do. This is the kind of person I am. I love the identity-based habit. I'm just the kind of person, I don't really eat sugar. I don't drink alcohol. No labels, nothing. I'm just not that kind of person. That's just not what I do. If those are the things that work for you or you're aiming for. Remember to breathe here. We use so much mental energy thinking of these things. So when we automate it, it really does take a lot less mental energy. Some examples that really add up. If you want to get physically stronger, what a 10-minute, 5 minutes time carved out to just do push-ups. If you can't do them a full body push-up, maybe you go to your knees, which are a wonderful push-up. You can't do that, maybe just do them on the wall or off the couch or something, a bench. You do as many of those as you can in 5 minutes for a week, and then 6 minutes the next week. And you just add on to that, what would a month, 2 months, 3 months look like? You'd be incredibly stronger. There's no question. Same thing with studying. You want to learn a language. What's 15 minutes a day look like? You're going to start to build a vocabulary. You're going to be able to start to use that language in no time. Think about it. If you go all the way to a year, incredible. It can be the smallest things. Adopting one really healthy meal a day. And incorporating that into throughout the week, in the month, the course of a year. You start to build on that. You start to become a lot healthier. The smallest things can compound and make a huge difference. I'm feeling a little tight today. I don't know about you. I feel good after, though. I feel good with just showing up and doing this every evening. There's quite a bit of satisfaction that goes along with the consistency. Something to be proud of. I'm showing up. I'm showing up for myself. It's brilliant. You're showing up for yourself. Just keep showing up. We really start to build some resilience through consistency. I am strong. I am mentally tough, physically strong, spiritually strong. That repetition, consistency does build toughness, resilience. Mental toughness, oh, so good. I can do hard things. I can show up for myself. You never don't show up for work. From now on, continue to show up for yourself. Don't ever not show up for yourself, just like you wouldn't show up for work. Miss a day of work. Don't miss a time when you've planned for yourself. Oh, shake it out. Keep showing up. Consistency is king. Say goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.